Today's bike of the day is one of the coolest Ducatis we have ever seen here at Iconic Motorbikes. This is Carl Fogarty's B bike from when he campaigned in the 1998 season of World Superbike, and that's one of the times he won the championship. So it is an absolutely incredible piece of Ducati history. Our friend Shane Turpin came by today and brought this by for us to check out and share with you guys. It is dry. There's a very cool decal here actually on the top of the tank. No water, no oil, no fuel, battery disconnected. So I can't fire it up for you, but even though we won't be able to hear it, it's still definitely worth sharing. I'm going to cover some of the more technical, as in boring stuff, and then what's pretty incredible about this, just from how a small world of motorcycling, our general manager Kento here, Kent Kutsugu, when he was the editor of Sport Rider magazine, he actually rode this bike, I believe at Mugello. It was at some track in Italy, and I apologize for not remembering. He'll definitely clarify for you. Kent was actually the last person to ride this motorcycle before it got drained and kind of put away for storage. So we're looking forward to having him share his thoughts about riding the bike. But before that, let's just cover some of the highlights of this really cool machine. So we're talking World Superbike. I think it's fair to probably start with the motor. The stock I should back up a little bit. This is based on a Ducati 996, and the stock motor was good for around 115 horsepower, something along those lines, in the mid 110s. This bike, with a bunch of modifications, is putting out 158 horsepower. And Ducati was able to do that with a lot of trick parts. One of the coolest things is they actually added a third injector, like a shower injector type system, to help and to just to focus on the high RPM power delivery. Now, the interesting thing about that is what it lets you do once you have the injector that just focuses on high RPM, high power, lots of flow obviously, it lets you use the other two injectors to kind of focus on low and mid. So it really helped not just with getting more fuel into the cylinders when you're really revving the thing, but also helped with smoothing out power delivery on the low end side of things. One of the other things that Ducati was focusing on at the time was getting more into electronics. And so nowadays it kind of sounds a little quaint, it's a little funny. There's a very complicated Morelli ECU on this, which was handling the fuel delivery and a few other things. It also had a very impressive data acquisition package with some mil-spec connectors, which are pretty interesting. But this was actually the first generation with Ducati's ECU, at least on the race bike side of things, where you could tune it with a laptop. And so, ooh, you know, fancy stuff back then, not so much now. But before, if you wanted to change a tune or something like that, you were using those the EEPROM chips. And this is the first time that Ducati could go to a laptop to make tuning changes, and that's all what's happening up here in the front. That Morelli system, in terms of data acquisition, handled about 20 to 25 channels of data flowing in. And so it could be anything from coolant temperature to how the suspension's doing, how the brakes are doing, that kind of thing. And as you can imagine on a bike like that, there's some really trick stuff here. So Öhlins suspension, front and rear, Brembo brakes, in terms of the calipers, in terms of the master cylinder. On the clutch side, also a Brembo master cylinder. I just want to kind of show off some of the cool parts here. So even just starting from what I can see directly, you've got this triple tree with a pretty impressive amount of adjustability when it comes to the offset, ranging from 25 to 31 millimeters. You got the fancy dash there, all kinds of carbon fiber, most of it, if not all of it, done by MS Productions, which obviously makes really great aftermarket stuff for these bikes that a lot of guys like to put, and a lot of gals, of course, like to put on their 996s, 998s, that kind of thing. Even the tank, I did get permission to touch this before the video. If you can kind of hear, that's carbon fiber as well. As we go down here, I wanted to show you the single-sided swing arm, or I guess the naked side of it, just because I think it looks better. But the swing arm is pretty incredible. It's a cast magnesium piece. Obviously, there is a risk if the bike was to ever go down that you have a risk that it sparks and catches on fire. So it's got full carbon fiber protection on it, not just on the magnesium swing arm, but also even for the chain guard. There's just, again, lots of carbon fiber all over this thing. More carbon fiber here with the Termi exhaust. And then, of course, you've got the tail, which Carl has signed on both sides, which is pretty cool. So as you can imagine, with all that carbon fiber and the special materials used in the construction of this bike, Ducati was able to save quite a bit of weight. Remember that I talked about the power having gone up about 40 horsepower from stock to race? Well, it gets even crazier on the weight side of things. Wet weight on this, on the Ducati 996, a production bike, was roughly 437 pounds. The race bike, what's in front of me here, 357 pounds. It's an 80-pound weight savings that they're able to achieve. So as you can imagine, definitely a heck of a bike. Now, again, apologies that I'm not able to fire this one up for you, but I do want to pass things over to Kento so that he can tell you what this was like to ride. Here he is.
Well, actually, it was pretty cool to see the bike come in. You know, I'm really glad that Shane brought it over because I remember when he talked about it before that bike was available. You know, I spoke to him earlier and told him, you know, hey, I actually got to ride that bike. It was back probably November '98. Ducati invited us. This is back when I'd just taken over Sport Rider, so it'd been about a year, and I got a call from Ducati saying, hey, would you like to ride Carl Fogarty's World Superbike winning championship bike? And sure. And so they flew me out to Mugello circuit out in Italy, and got a chance to ride it out there for, you know, whatever, 7 laps or so, which was really great. It was a fantastic experience. Granted, this is back in '98, you know, World Superbike. So the motorcycles back then, the top superbikes were putting out about 170 horsepower probably. And that bike definitely felt all of 170 horsepower. It was definitely quick. It was basically like a stock 996 on 100 injections with steroids. I mean, it was really a fantastic bike to ride. The other neat thing was just that a lot of times I'll get to ride somebody's race bike, and the bike setup will be specifically for that rider. The great thing with Fogarty's bike is that when I jumped on it, I mean, I didn't ask the mechanics to change a thing. It was just like, this bike feels great. I'm just gonna get as many laps in as I can on it. And it was a really fantastic bike. I mean, everything you'd expect from, you know, factory Ducati World Superbike machine. I mean, just incredible acceleration from like about, I mean, from as low as 6,000, and then once you hit about 9,000, you better be pointing in the right direction. And fantastic brakes, really great chassis, really great handling. And back then too, there wasn't, you didn't have to deal with traction control. There was no traction control, so it was all on your right wrist. And thankfully, Mugello is mostly a medium to high speed turn, so I never really had to deal with, you know, wheelies out of slow corners. But it was really a great, fantastic bike, and it's just neat to be able to see that bike again.
Thanks as always to Kento for sharing his wisdom and his fantastic experience with riding very cool motorcycles like this one. I want to end with a couple things, but I gotta just show you some of the other cool stuff that Shane brought along with this bike. So not only do we have the bike itself, we have Fogarty's helmet. Look at that with the shark logo on the back. That's pretty cool. And his leathers. Tell you what, probably move in front of the bike for this one. Hope I'm not too close, but you can kind of get a look there at Fogarty's leathers. So cool. I mean, like I said, this is one of the most special Ducatis that we've ever had here. It's just incredible. I can't thank Shane enough for bringing this here so that we could take a look at it and then show it off to you as well. And actually earlier when Shane first brought it here, he popped off a lot of the bodywork for us to take a look at, and our technicians went nuts on that. So I think it's only fair that we do the same right now for you. So I don't want to do it. It's not my bike. Shane, if he's cool with it. The nice thing is a lot of this bodywork, I mean, again, it's all carbon fiber. And everything is just quick release. So Zeus fasteners for all the bodywork. It's pretty quick to take it off. And then the tank, there's also a 4mm Allen that you need. So let's take a quick second and we'll show you some of the goodies underneath the bodywork. I can't thank Shane enough, so I'm gonna do it one last time. Thank you, Shane, for bringing this here. I hope all of you guys enjoyed a quick peek at a very cool championship winning motorcycle. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to let us know in the comments. We'll do our best to get the answers for you and let you know. As always, thanks for watching.